Please, round of applause for Geoff Warner.
How are we doing tonight, everyone? We're doing good? It's a loose mic stand. We're doing good? Oh, man. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've had some relationship issues recently. Have you ever been listening to a love song and then realize you're the asshole in the song? You know, I'm a classy guy. I like to jam out some classy shit sometimes. You know, I'll be listening to some Tony Bennett. I want to be around to pick up the pieces when somebody breaks your heart. But then I realized, I'm not Tony Bennett right now. I'm the asshole breaking this girl's heart, and Tony Bennett's trying to fuck my girlfriend. But I don't think Tony Bennett's the kind of guy that tries to fuck your girlfriend. I think he just fucks your girlfriend. Dude's in his 90s still killing the game. Fuck Pitbull. Tony Bennett's the real Mr. Worldwide. If you guys can't tell, I'm a Native American. Whenever people find out I'm Native American, they're like, oh, that's so interesting. We thought you were extinct. Why don't you tell us what it's like to be a Native American? The problem is I've had a very atypical Native American upbringing, meaning I've had a typical, white, all-American upbringing. I grew up just like you guys, right? I lived in houses, wore shoes, spoke English, all the good white people shit. It's not the typical Native American experience. To this day, most Native Americans still live in teepees and rely on horses as their main form of transportation. No, they don't. I'm just fucking with you guys. A couple of you are like, really? No. You're just gullible. That's all. It really is pretty bad, though. So bad, there's a real movement in the Native American community to completely reject modern society and go back to being hunter-gatherers. However, my dad was a doctor, and I grew up with the trust fund, so me telling you about the plight of the American Indian would be like Jaden Smith giving you a lecture on the black struggle. Struggle's real, dog, but we don't want to hear that shit from you. Right? I get it. I fucking get it. You know, I'm online too much, everyone, but who isn't? We're all online too much, particularly Facebook, right? I'm on Facebook way too much. It's really a problem. I think it's the thing I like least about myself, if I'm being honest. But I'm friends with one of my mom's friends on Facebook. It's always an interesting situation to find yourself in. And she's a real conservative Christian lady. And she made her Facebook status, "The Pope is the Antichrist. Do your research." And I was like, that's interesting. I didn't even know Christians believed in research. But I'm guessing she meant read the Bible, right? Whenever a Christian says do your research, they mean read the Bible. And if I was a Christian, I wouldn't go around telling people willy-nilly just to read the Bible. You know, there's a lot of stuff in there people don't really talk about. They try to forget, right? There's a lot of fucked up stuff like genocide and baby killing. At one point, God just destroys 2 cities just because they like to party and butt fuck too much. The Pope just comes out and says the good shit in the Bible. He's like, hey, guys, let's help people. And then all these people in America go, hey, that's not in the Bible, you Antichrist piece of shit. And 1, it is in the Bible. 2, I feel like that would be like being a part of the Nazi party, but then deciding you didn't like Hitler because he was a vegetarian. Like, look, man, I'm cool with killing all the Jews, but what kind of fag doesn't like to eat meat? Fuck you, Hitler. You Antichrist piece of shit. Speaking of Hitler, guys, do you see that this year, apparently there was a document found that proves Hitler had a micro penis? Who knows if that's real, right? Who knows if Hitler actually has a micro penis? I just think the fact that that was newsworthy says more about us than it does about Hitler's penis. Like, we're all sitting around here in 2016 like Hitler was a real piece of shit, but at least he had a small dick. That makes everything better, right, guys? So silly. It'd be so silly, man. You know, not only am I a Native American, but I'm also what you might refer to as a habitual weed smoker. Right? Do I got any other habitual weed smokers in the house tonight? Yeah, we got one. That's what's up. Me and my man. Right, but when you're a habitual weed smoker, you end up driving high all the time. And that's because just because you're high doesn't mean you don't have shit to do, right? I still got errands to run. I still got a life to live. And I think I'm pretty good at driving high. But no matter how good you think you are when you're driving high, when you get pulled over by the police, that shit is fucking nerve-wracking, man. So nerve-wracking. I still remember the last time I got pulled over high. It was 1 a.m. I had a headlight out, and my insurance card was expired. Cop walks right up and he goes, "Sir, I pulled you over because your headlight's out. Wanted to make sure you were aware of that." And my first thought is, yeah, asshole, I'm driving the car. Like, I know my headlight situation, but you don't say that, right? You're just polite. You go, "Yes, sir, I'm sorry. It just happened this week. Haven't had time to get it fixed." He says, "All right, no problem. Can I see your license and proof of insurance?" And I was like, "Yeah, here's the thing. My insurance card's expired. I still have insurance." I explained to him. The claims number should be fine. His card's expired. He goes, "Okay." He goes back to his car, leave my window down. And after a few minutes, I hear him say, "Well, I don't see or smell anything incriminating." And then right then I know I'm good. I'm like, "That's right, bitch. That's fucking right. You don't see or smell anything? I know I'm not going to jail." Cop walks back up and he goes, "Sir, you do know a cop could give you a ticket for both your headlight being out and your insurance card being expired." And I said, "Yes, sir, I do know that." And he goes, "Well, I'm not going to give you a ticket. I'm just going to let you go. You get to go." I was like, "Fuck yeah." He's like, "I just have one question for you. Where are you headed right now?" And at that moment, I remembered I was really high, and I forgot how to say the word home. I start pointing in the direction of my house. He's like, "Sir, are you high right now?" I was like, "No, sir, I'm not." And he goes, "Do you love this shit?" I was like, I don't think I understand the question. He's like, "Well, do you ever get nervous?" I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm pretty nervous right now if I'm being honest." And he's like, "Are you single?" And I was like, "How is that relevant to what's going on?" And he's like, "I heard you fucked your girl. Is it true? You getting money?" And I was like, "Wait, are you singing a fucking Drake song right now?" And he just starts busting out, hell yeah, fucking right. And then I start jamming out. I'm like, "Fuck, this is crazy." All right, that last part didn't happen. I made that shit up. But no, he really did. He just let me go. Just let me go on my way. No tickets, no nothing. I was like, this is crazy. Apparently, when you drive a BMW and you're not black, police treat you with respect. Would you imagine that? It's crazy. Shit's crazy. Oh, man. But I wasn't trying to shit on Christians earlier, guys. I'm not trying to pick on anyone here. I really just shit on everyone who believes weird stuff. Like, no one in particular, right? Like, I'm sure you guys have heard that in Islam, you get 72 virgins that greet you in heaven once you die. So I tried to think of the logistics of what it means for every person to get 72 virgins. The only thing that makes sense is that God literally just creates virgins for the sole purpose of being fucked by dead guys for eternity. If you think about it, that kind of makes God some sort of celestial pimp. It's kind of cool. I've never heard God explained that way. The real question I have, guys, is do just guys get virgins, or do women get virgins as well? Doesn't seem like that'd be quite the selling point for the ladies. To be honest, I don't know why it's a good selling point for guys. I don't know if you've had sex with a virgin before, but there's a lot less kinky shit going on and a lot more crying. Crying's not something I want to deal with in heaven. Okay? When I go to heaven, I want to be greeted by 72 whores. Because if God's really good, there's not herpes in heaven. We're fucking tonight, everyone. We're fucking tonight. Oh, I always feel so silly saying that. But it makes me feel better when I realize that could probably be Trump's campaign slogan and he'd still get elected. It's like, Trump 2016, we're fucking tonight. Oh, man, but this election has become quite a shit show, hasn't it, guys? So interesting. It's exciting, though, and I think you have to be excited. You're not excited because there's really someone you can root for, really someone you can get behind. It's exciting because no one knows what the fuck's going to happen, right? You know, it's like voting on like a beauty pageant, but they're all sixes, or like an obese bodybuilding competition, right? Someone has to win, but no one's going home feeling excited about this, right? But I think it's time to get introspective, guys. I think it's time to get a little introspective. You know, there's an old quote that says, "In a democracy, people get the leaders they deserve." And I think we deserve to have Donald Trump be our president. You see how silent it just got in here? You hear silence, I hear honesty, right? We like to see ourselves as Uncle Sam. The rest of the world sees us as Donald Trump. He's the epitome of everything wrong with American culture, all right? Think about every negative American stereotype the rest of the world uses to make fun of us. Donald Trump is literally all of those manifested into a single person, right? He has an ungodly amount of money and resources. He loves to brag about it. Sounds like America, right? He's crude, he's ignorant, he's arrogant. He has a spray tan because he's insecure about how white he is, even though he doesn't like brown people, right? I'm pretty sure that shit was invented in America. And people are like, yeah, but he's a fucking idiot. Donald Trump's dumb. I'm not so sure about that. He's not the brightest guy, but I think a lot of people are dumber than Donald Trump. Roughly 35% of the voting population, according to the recent polls. Because you don't vote for people when you think they're dumber than you are. It's not how our monkey brains work. As monkeys, when we see someone trying to be the president that we don't want to be the president, we get angry. We go, hey, you fucking idiot. No, get down. You don't get to be the president. We'll find someone else. Thank you very much. But everyone hears what Donald Trump has to say, and they go, he's going to make America great again. That's our guy. And I think that's a little scary. But it shouldn't surprise anyone. There's been a growing movement of anti-intellectualism in America for a long time. Right? According to the most recent Gallup poll, 41% of Americans still believe in the rapture. The fucking rapture. 41% of Americans believe a 2,000-year-old Jew zombie is going to magically appear in the sky and start sucking up all the Christians. And you're surprised people are dumb enough to vote for Trump. Right? Come on, man. My favorite part of the election, though, has been the DNC trying to convince everyone that Hillary Clinton isn't a huge piece of shit. and it's great because it's not working at all. It's not working. They're not convincing anyone, right? But there's a lot of rational people, and they're saying, hey, forget about all that. Forget about all the video evidence of her blatantly lying. You know, forget about the email scandal. Forget about her terrible speaking voice. Focus on the policy. All right, let's focus on the policy. I'm not even convinced she's really a liberal. When your foundation takes more money from Saudi Arabia than the 9/11 hijackers, how fucking liberal are you really? Look at her foreign policy. She might as well be George Bush wearing a shitty wig. And to be real, guys, I'd rather fuck George Bush. At least George Bush had a personality. Not saying I want to fuck George Bush. I just really don't want to fuck Hillary Clinton. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, guys. Wow. My real takeaway from this election, though, is just how superficial we can be as a society, right? Because we choose our candidates the same way 16-year-old girls choose their boyfriends, and then we like to sit and complain. We go, oh, there's no good candidates out there. No one's honest. No one has a proven track record of voting the right way. And then someone goes, hey, what about Bernie Sanders? He's all those things. And America says, oh, you mean the old Jew with the fucked up hair and the bad posture? Yeah, we could do better than that. If Bernie Sanders looked like Brad Pitt, there wouldn't even be an election. We would just let him be president for as long as he wanted. And that's the real story of this election. How America put Bernie Sanders in the friend zone. All right, guys, that's my time. Thank you very much, everyone. Give it up for the rest of the show.